G'day traders, this is Brad with the week ahead guide. Alright, now just having a look at the major news first of all out there from the end of last week. Now the US dollar near multi-month lows. Okay, that's really coming on the back of more emphasis on Janet Yellen's testimony that they are in a more of a dovish phase than anything else. Sterling once again hit by the Brexit concerns. I've been mentioning all that last week. It's very tough to be trading cable or getting long for that matter. And the other major theme to look at straight up for this coming week is the weakening oil price. Okay, hit 42 bucks, now it's back down towards 36. It looks like it's heading south again. Now, major currencies, just having a look at the 6 major ones here. Aussie, Kiwi, sideways, dollar yen downwards, euro up, sterling sideways. Now, dollar CAD, it was down, now it's ricocheting back up. So, you know, it's something to look forward to this week. We do have some inventory data coming out later in the week, plus the CAD data on Friday, employment numbers. So, but I'll come back to that. Let's just have a look at the major themes here, or the major fundamental releases coming out. So, on Monday, not a bad start actually. Building approvals and retail sales out of Australia. Now, the retail sales is probably the better number. This is going to be a lead into the RBA rate decision on Tuesday. So, really, to start the week, you probably want to be focusing, particularly in that Asian session, on the Aussie dollar itself. We will have economic numbers as well as that central bank announcement on Tuesday. Coming into Tuesday, sterling front and centre. We've got the services PMI. Now that's a bit of an aggressive number. CAD trade balance, US ISM non-manufacturing, not really that important. Coming into Wednesday, that global dairy pricing is important to the Kiwi. You want to keep a very close eye on that, definitely. Then as you come down, we've got the FOMC meeting minutes. Now this is where the week gets a little bit tricky and a little bit congested. So central bank stuff. We've got the FOMC meeting minutes. We've got Draghi speaking, followed by the gorgeous Janet Yellen not long afterwards. Right, 1, 2, 3 sort of central bank announcements. They're going to keep the market on edge a little bit. They can be a bit ambiguous. It'd be interesting to see what the minutes have if there's any more clarity in there with regards to what the Fed are looking at. But I think they've already said it all. You come into Friday, we do have UK manufacturing production numbers, and then I think a really good opportunity to finish the week, the Canadian employment numbers there as well. So that's really the way we look at it. So as you scroll down through the week, you should be able to work out what currency pairs are potentially going to be the driving force of the markets. As far as our live trades, we're covering the RBA rate decision on Tuesday, the services PMI. We've got the Ask Me Anything webinar on Wednesday for all the members out there, and also looking very closely at those sterling manufacturing production numbers on Friday. Should be a good opportunity to have a good look at cable, potentially a trade on the back of that. We'll have to have a look at it when it turns out, and we'll work it out from there. Now let's just go through the major currency pairs, looking at the week ahead. The Aussie, still think the major theme is to the top side, upwards. Okay, I know it's stalled here at the moment, but we do have some economic numbers coming out. The RBA, no change in rates, so you'll be watching this statement very closely. Now, it's not till next week we have the employment numbers, so really retail sales, building approvals, if we get a little bit of strength there and we get a bit more of a neutral to hawkish tone from the RBA on Tuesday, well then Aussie's going to continue much higher up towards that 80 cents level. So coming over to the Kiwi, okay, the RBNZ did cut rates. The Fed have gone onto a dovish tone. That's why the Kiwi is higher. I don't think the rally from here is going to be as aggressive. If anything, a little bit more sideways. There's only a couple of numbers out, the New Zealand confidence numbers. So don't really get too caught up in that. But this is where those global dairy prices will impact. All right, it comes out about midday in that US session. Okay, on Tuesday. Have a look at that. Any weakness there, Kiwi will come off. Any strength, Kiwi will rally. That's the major drive for the Kiwi. Now, let's just have a look at the dollar yen. Okay, it was a big week last week. The Tankan numbers, okay, exceptionally weak, led to a bit of a clean out the downside. Of course, Janet Yellen talking about the dollar as well. It's been pushed all over the place, but I think it's come a fair way. We do have machinery orders. I think they're out, is that next Monday? It might actually be, might have to wait until then for the real Japanese numbers to come in. If anything, you're probably looking to sell on rallies back towards the cloud or even that higher level at the top there, higher resistance line. But if anything, the theme for dollar yen is still down. I'm expecting a couple of bounces though to give us an opportunity to get short. Now let's get into that European currencies. Euro up, sterling massively sideways, euro sterling up. Okay, that's probably the major theme you're looking at here. Now, and once again, putting the fundamental releases into the picture where you really need to be aware they're coming out, either whether you've got positions or you're looking to place positions. So Tuesday's UK services data, Thursday Draghi speaking there as well. So keep a very close eye on these. He's talking in Portugal. So I'm pretty sure he's going to have a bit more clarity or something to say about the euro. So keep an eye on euro or this whole European set. Come Thursday, Draghi will have a major influence on euro and euro sterling, and obviously at the back end of it, sterling itself. So yeah, just keep drilling into sterling, having a look at the major releases out of the UK. Obviously the services PMI on Tuesday, those manufacturing production numbers on Friday. All right, so outside of the major releases, we do have Janet Yellen and Draghi speaking, but have a close look at these economic numbers. And if I go into the UK economic number or page itself, you can actually sort of really isolate these opportunities. As I mentioned, there are some, I think there's some house price numbers out there in the middle there as well, the Halifax house prices, that is. Manufacturing production, it comes out the same time as the industrial output numbers. They have like 1 out of 10 impacted, so just keep a main look at those manufacturing numbers. Of course, the services PMI on Tuesday. Coming to the Swiss, well, it's just the opposite view of the euro. As far as economic numbers, don't really worry about the Swiss too much. Now you come into the CAD. Now the CAD's been extremely lively and pushed around all over the place by oil. Oil's dropped, as I said, from $42 back into the 36s. That should see dollar CAD rally from here. The only thing really slowing it down is that dollar weakness. Looking at the crosses, well, oil's come off down through $38. CAD yen massively sideways. Euro CAD, especially with the way euro's trading at the moment, just having massively big ranges and not really going anywhere. So dollar CAD, keep an eye on the oil price. If it does dip further, you should see dollar CAD rally. We've got those CAD employment numbers there on Friday as well. They should give us a good opportunity coming into the end of the week. A bit more clarity around that Canadian economy. There's also, if you go into, I think it's Wednesday, have a look at the crude oil inventories. Okay, if they expand, well then the price should even come off further. If they are less, well then oil might rally, and that's where the impact will come from for dollar CAD. Just over here looking at a couple of the indices, we've got the dollar index, it's stabilized. The Nikkei futures from last week did take a massive fall, but with that dovish tone from the Fed, the Dow Jones Industrials and the S&P 500 still trending to the top side. No change expected there. Gold trading sideways in a decent sort of range. Oil's fallen. Copper is actually lower. That may impact the Aussie at some point. Now silver has dropped down. It's now trading sideways and stabilized as well. Okay, so all in all, it's one of those weeks where you need to keep an eye on the data. Okay, keep an eye on the central banks. Keep an eye on the market insight page here as well. You can tune up. We post our charts in here daily, so keep an eye on that area. You'll also get some good previews of the upcoming sessions, upcoming days trading. All right, guys, that's pretty much the week ahead. Everything's a bit spaced out, so it should be nice and easy. Good luck, and we'll catch you later on.